Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Prathamesh Bandekar and welcome to my YouTube channel Sync Yoga School. So today I am taking an effort to make this video regarding my 10 days experience in Vipassana. This was my second 10-day experience, especially second time I was visiting Vipassana center. So 12 years ago I had gone for my first Vipassana experience when I was 25. Today I'm 37 and I'm experiencing this beautiful 10 days experience of no talking, no social media, no phones, and just completely focusing on your breath and doing Vipassana practice. So what has changed? What was my experience? Why I'm making this video? How it is related with with your yoga and all those things I'm going to talk to you. So I'll talk to you first about my first experience when I went in 2014. uh, my reason for going was a very different motive. I heard from many people talking about Vipassana has been like it helps you for to focus and concentration and all those things. But this was a little short information about Vipassana. And being a first time, I was quite naive to understand what exactly it is. And there was nobody from my family or friends who have gone to Vipassana and experience who can guide me that you look for this thing, this is very important. So as I came back from my first experience, yes, it did benefited me. There was a lot of benefits because the moment I came back from Vipassana, I started getting this calling from my in my life that you know I was working in corporate and I left my job after an year to become a yoga teacher. So yoga has been got as a gift from Vipassana after practicing. So another important part, what I realized is that after becoming yoga teacher, I was not consistent of practicing Vipassana and doing this meditation technique. Now, everyone practice Vipassana and the learning technique. Okay, if you are learning the technique, eventually you will progress every day practicing and all those things. But Vipassana is not just a meditation technique or something. It is way more beyond uh, just doing every day 1 hour sadhana or 2 hours sadhana. This year, and actually from last year, I was getting this calling to go back to Vipassana. But this year in March, I went for 3 days course, 3 days executive course, which is allowed only after you do first Vipassana, first 10 days experience. And that time in Igatpuri, I had gone for this course, and I met fabulous, intelligent people. Some were Air Chief Marshal, future MPSC officers. There was one model come actor who has also won Mr. India in 2007. I met many people, and when there is this calling comes to you, okay, the universe gives you signs like this. So I met this boy called Raj just just before the start of the course, and he asked me how long you have been. When did your first Vipassana course? Well, I did it 12 years ago, and now I'm directly straight away coming here for 3 days course. And he looked at me and he just said like, I think you should have done 10 days course. And I was like, I just heard it and I just forgotten. I'm like, who is? And I just told him that listen, actually I didn't had time. I didn't had anything with reference to classes point of view. I can't give any. I had any lot of work commitment, especially. So I'm like 3 days and then I'm coming back again. After 3 days got done, there's another boy called Kiran. Kiran told me Hey, listen, have you done Vipassana in Khadavli Center? Well, I have not done. I have always come here at Igatpuri only. So, no, Kadavali is also a very beautiful center and small center but very nice. So, when I heard these stories, and then there was one more boy who said like, why you always have to do in the main center? If you are just looking at the main center as the facility and all those point, then where is the point of detachment? So this boy called Akash who said this thing. And when I came back, I was not thinking of going for 10 days course. After a week later, I started getting this call that I need to go back for the 10 days course again. And I applied for Igatpuri again for the 27th May to 7th June. And somewhere I was getting this gut feeling that I won't get I won't get confirmation from the Igatpuri center. And then I checked in the app and I saw that Khadavli was open at the same dates. So universe gives you a sign. Raj told me to go for 10 days. Kiran told me to go for Khadavli center. I applied for Khadavli center. Next day, I got the confirmation. Another gentleman, Mr. Sanjeev, who met me in 3 days course, he said he guided me what exactly Vipassana is. So this time when I went for 10 days course, I was looking for that answer, and I'm going to tell you in soon. I went for this 10 days course, and first thing what Mr. Sanjeev said is that you should listen to the pravachans, the discourse which every day 1, day 2 to day 10, day 11, whatever days you are doing it, listen carefully. And I was like, okay, I will listen to all the things, and especially all the pravachans in Hindi. It connects more better than the English discourse, especially for people who are Indians who should go for Hindi pravachans. I realized that I just learned the meditation technique first time, but there is more in into it which I realized when I went there. And when I came back, there is a shift in my energy, there is a huge change in me with reference to understanding Vipassana and understanding and following the norms, especially. I think even Goenka Guruji said something about this, that pravachan mein kya rakha hai, what's there in discourse. The practice is very important. Yes, practice is important. It will change you eventually. But I will rate, if out of 100, okay, the practice is 60-70%. But that 30% is all thanks to his discourse, what he has given. It is so touching. I had some tears in my eyes on fourth or fifth day, somewhere around. I was like, why I was not listening, because at the age of 25, you're not so connected to discourse and all those pravachans, and my focus was not that. I was only focusing on just getting how to do right meditation. But now emotionally I could connect more to Vipassana. uh, the biggest change is that being a yoga teacher and being a practitioner, I used to eat anything, and being born and brought up in Maharashtrian family, seafood, eating fish, eating chicken has been like, for your taste bud, it has happened. Since I have come back from Vipassana, and even obviously during the course, no non-vegetarian food, of course, but I have not touched the non-vegetarian food at all. Uh, Fish, and everything has been completely cut down. No alcohol. During birthday parties or once in 6 months, socializing, I have drink a lot. Even in the weekend, sometimes, sometimes you drink a glass of wine or something. I have stopped drinking alcohol. Third thing, I'm being very conscious about what I am thinking. Now, coming to the transformation, I believe one thing in this, that transformation doesn't happen overnight. But if you have transformed, you don't have to say that you have transformed. The energy passes to the other soul very easily. And the classic example is the day I have come back. I'm so glad to say this, that I didn't told anyone to. I never pushed anyone. So 12 years ago, when I went for Vipassana, and I was telling people to go for Vipassana, nobody connected with me because I have not absorbed that knowledge properly, and I was not trying to work myself. I was just being very robotic of doing meditation. Now, when I am talking about the change, when I met people, right now there is one person doing Vipassana after I came back, and someone has applied for Vipassana in beginner and is gone for 10 days course. Three people are thinking of going for applying for Vipassana within a month, courses and all. And it is just because my energy has passed to people. Okay, I'm yet not transformed, I'm not yet, but that energy could be sensed to people about Vipassana. Now, what exactly Vipassana does? Okay, see, being a yoga teacher, I've learned many types of meditation. Okay, many big yoga schools, their techniques and all those things. I don't want to name it. I don't want to talk about any of the institute's name. But you know what I have realized is that it just brushes up from top. It's like, just is there is a dust in your house upside which is visible. Okay, it just cleans your house, but what is in the corner, what is behind your cupboard, what is under your bed, all those, all those dirty dust and all those part, so whatever you need to clean. Okay, if the house is not in very bad state, it's behind all those root dirt which is there inside. Vipassana does that thing. And this time when I went, it just churned me like inside, which none of the meditations, none of the things will give you that intensity. And that is the first stage of transformation for me, guys. This has changed in me with reference to that. uh, you know I'm keep on doing it every day, and just not doing 2 hours of meditation, but tracking my thought process. The first thing I did after I came back from Vipassana is I started decluttering things. I decluttering people around me, the things and the energy which is not useful for me. I started decluttering, and if there is certain energy which I am facing it, which is unpleasant or something, I started observing rather than you know just getting emotionally disturbed about it. I start giving energy, I started working on those energies more, and I started just observing, and things are working very well with me. And I would recommend people to go for this course. If first timers who have not understood it, I would recommend one thing to you guys. if you're going for the second time, or if you're going again, if you're first timers who are doing it, because nobody was there to guide me. And today I'm going to tell you is that the techniques are legit, but more beyond that, listen carefully the discourse. The magic is in the discourse, what Goenka Guruji says. I'll tell you one shocking incidents of the 10 days part. Your mind constantly wander. You think a lot of things at the time. Sometimes it's just, sometimes some person has hurt you, sometimes you have some pleasant experiences, sometimes lot of other things, sometimes the pending task and all those things comes up in your mind. I have realized on day 1, day 2, day 10, all those days, what thought going on in my mind. Okay, Guruji is reflecting the same example with different same thing with different example. And I was shocked, because this video recording of Guruji's discourse might be done in 1980s or 1990s, somewhere around. But I was quite surprised at how the energy, how person think, how I'm thinking, it's been reflected in that discourse. And that was something changed. That is something has changed. Every person is changing. I'm not saying that just Vipassana. Right now also when I'm talking is changing. Right now what you're watching my video is, everything is changing at this moment. But you know Vipassana is like an military base camp, where intensely you know break your patterns, break your old thinking, break your fears, your jealousy, your anger, your you know lust, all those things. And that is very important. If I continue this practice every day, the transformation is visible. And I am not the person who is going to say transformed. People will see that. Yeah. Because what happens, people think that after doing 10 days, you know what is the transformation in this person. So two things, and sometimes some people don't change. Two things you need to understand. One thing is practice, second thing listening to the discourse. Even when you are, because Vipassana has an app, even if you listen to that discourse every day in day out, you will start getting knowledge. And this is especially for people who have gone to Vipassana, and once you have gone, come back, then you can utilize the app. Okay, who's a beginner, who are going for listen to the discourse, come back and practice. Practice is must. It's not like 10 days change your mind, changes everything. But that change is temporary if you are not practicing. So this is my 10 days experience. And you know if you follow, there are certain shields, there are 5 shields. Okay, non-killing, okay, non-stealing, okay, then not using harsh words, okay, celibacy, and one more, I forgot the fifth one. But there are 5 shields which are been you need to follow. Okay, all those shields, if you follow it, the nature will help you whatever you want to achieve. But again, I'm telling you, what I made mistake, to achieve something, don't go for it. Okay, you go to work on your mind, how peaceful you will feel it, you will not realize. But if you are going with a goals and expectation, that I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that, don't do it. Okay, if you stay detached, if you be an observer, the things will start working on your side. And again, I'm saying that try to work on your inner self more than going for anything, because nowadays many manifestation coaches starts to visualize, but if someday if the visualization doesn't happen well, then there is a chances that you again go into that turmoil and a down spiral that this is not working. So first thing is that I stopped visualizing, and that is the biggest change in my life. I work on the goals, but I'm not seeing myself what is kept for me in next 2 years or next day. Okay, I'm making my timetable. If it's, I will follow the rules, but if certain point if that things doesn't fall in place, you shouldn't get upset. And that's what Vipassana is all about. I'll see you in the next video. I will keep on making some small videos about Vipassana. And you know, now when I am practicing, I'm doing asana practice, when I'm teaching, Vipassana is also helping me on a very strong state. It is giving me more energy, more power. Okay, I can feel that when I'm taking classes, when I'm giving that energy to my students, or in general with universe. And most importantly, the interesting part about Vipassana is that many people just do Vipassana, and once they come back after doing meditation, they curse people. And that's why the Mangal Maitri is very important. So once you do the meditation, you know start thinking positive for people. Make everyone happy. Be happy, stay happy, and make everyone happy. Okay, if everyone is, even if you're, whoever might be rival, if you have hurt someone, if somebody has hurt you, okay, just think good for them. Okay, let them you know progress, let them have, keep that karuna, and observe sakshiva. Whatever happened just happened, it's done and dusted, you can't change. Just move forward, just be happy for them, and just move forward. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.